and and skilly dilly do. What the fuck did we just watch?
So the greatest kicker of all time. That man, Justin Tucker, baby. that boy,
Bro,
that boy kicked that ball. Was like, well, it's the big show.
yeah, that was a 66-yard field goal.
Yes, it was. And he
That's a
kicked that.
record.
Yeah, it is. He kicked that thing like it wasn't even nothing either. Like that was all his leg.
Bro, that was that's the reason why I love football. You know?
Correct. He kicked that thing with everything in his might. Send it in, Jerome.
That jump bounced off the goalpost, said ding. That jump bounced in like basketball off the rim and shit.
Right. And for a second,
he hit the 3-pointer shot. That just said ding.
Right. And for a second, I thought it missed. I thought it bounced out. Then I was like, oh no, it bounced in. Hey.
In theory, this motherfucker Justin Tucker shot that motherfucker from beyond half court.
Correct. He booted that thing all the way to oblivion, to the next area code, even, if you will.
Bro, this might be, I dare I say it. You know what I'm saying? Damned if it is, damned if it isn't. But it might be a new day for motherfucking kickers in the NFL.
Yeah, I think he.
Not now or in the next year or 2 years. Within the next 5 years, though, we're going to start seeing actually good kickers in college football.
Right.
Kicking bombing motherfuckers from 50 yards on the regular.
Yeah.
Like the norm in college football. We're like, these motherfuckers got to come into the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then they get to the NFL, actually start, doing the training they need to. And 66-yard field goal starts becoming, sporadic. At the least. Bro.
That's gonna be something. Hey, look.
That's one trend. That's the one thing I enjoy, like seeing trends come about in sports, because it's like we grew up in an era of run balanced offense. You know what I mean?
Right.
And as we got older, it started becoming more pass balanced offense game. And then at this point, it's a pass heavy, minimal run offense usually.
Right.
That you're watching. There's still some teams that still have good halfbacks. Tennessee. Mm-hmm. So it's dope watching, trends happen, but then it's also dope watching how these trends are bucked and the way you stop these defenses that have been progressing and developing over time is you develop defenses to stop them. And that's when you start seeing, your more hybrid type of forms of simple base coverages. So where we were seeing just regular base 4-3 and your regular base 3-4, and we were seeing a dying out 4-6 defense when we were getting into football. As we got older, we started to see the Tampa 2 come about. As we got older, you start to see the 3-4 Predator. You start seeing 3-3-5 in NFL defenses and nickel form, shit like that. Like as we get older, things start to progress, and then not only do schemes and concepts progress, players do too. Can you imagine Aaron Donald back in the day?
Good Lord. No one ever expect that, man.
Imagine Aaron Donald back in the 90s, bro. Like
And
that
that
is
wouldn't
terrifying.
that wouldn't be fair.
That'd be
Like
completely unfair.
no one be able to block that.
Like, can you imagine Lamar Jackson in like the 70s or the 80s? Hey, burn this motherfucker at the stake.
Right, that man burning everybody. He touched the ball. Every time he touched the ball, he going for like 80 yards.
Hey, bro.
Oh, man, you want to talk about imagine somebody? Imagine Randy Moss in the 70s.
And Aaron Donald just sitting just at the line, like on the prowl before autograph call height. He praying for he praying to just go home and see his family.
That Lord, I just want to see my people. I just want to see my kids, Lord. This helmet don't protect nothing, Jesus. I'm praying to you, Father. Get me home.
Randy Moss just completely embarrassing Lim Barney for an entire day. He just got
Lord.
12 receptions for 300 yards.
See Randy Moss cooking like Mel Blunt or somebody. Who was the other top four that was good back then? Herb Adderley.
Derrick Henry putting Howie Long in the dirt.
Now I would love to see Derrick Henry versus Jack Lambert.
Hey, Derrick Henry just obliterating Jack Youngblood.
Hey yo.
And Christian McCaffrey put Dick Buckets in the mix.
Dog. Oh no. Prime Adrian Peterson just go ahead and make it all linebackers.
Hey son, motherfucker Andre Johnson running the fade with Dick Lane.
Oh my goodness.
Because Nitrate Lane headhunted his ass.
Barry Sanders making Chuck Bednarik miss every tackle attempt.
No.
That's Barry Sanders Chuck Bednarik, yeah.
I just imagine Lamar Jackson dropping back, right? Against the motherfucking 66 Packers. And then the line actually getting through and him scrambling for 80 yards. And then just their minds being blown about it. Like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Fran Tarkenton on the sideline, I wish I could be that. Fran Tarkenton goes to the side. So, hey, how'd you get so fast?
No. It's
oh, nah. Chase Young putting Johnny Unitas in the dirt every play.
just got Johnny U begging for mercy, dog. 230-pound offensive lineman don't stand a chance.
Oh my. Myles Garrett putting Joe Namath in the pavement. Guarantee this.
Terry Bradshaw just throwing up into a trash can twice a year because he got to deal with the Browns and Myles Garrett.
Oh, nah. Hey, yo. Oh, nah, yo. Darrelle Reeves just picking off. Just picking off Terry Bradshaw. Always trying to throw it up.
Jalen Ramsey a fucking kid in the candy store against Kenny Stabler.
Oh my goodness.
Just making Joe Montana look like motherfucking Jeff Hostetler and shit.
Oh nah.
Dear God.
Oh, Tyreek Hill just absolutely burning Mel Renfro.
Nah, that's what they got, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers waiting on fucking Tyreek Hill outside after the game, dog.
Hey, yo.
They ready to burn Tyreek Hill at the stake for running that fast, bro. You got a track star running fly routes and shit all game, and there's nothing Mel Renfro can do about that shit.
Hey, yo.
Vince Lombardi just yelling at Herb Adderley.
Why can't you keep up with him? Oh, no. Hank Stram looking at Terrell Owens like, this is ridiculous. Why is he so strong?
Oh my God. Hey, bro.
Hey, dog.
Calvin Johnson come down with one and just bounces off Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott don't know what to do at this point.
Adrian Pearson just bull rushing Jack Tatum. Stiff arm.
Hey, bro.
Hey, yo.
Motherfucking Dan Marino is just absolutely fucking infuriated his rookie season because goddamn Devin McCourty just busting his ass. Both McCourty twins just giving him hell. There's nothing he can do about it.
Oh nah. Ray Lewis just putting OJ Simpson in the dirt every time he runs.
Now that's a matchup I'd like to see.
You know what? Hey, yo.
OJ versus Ray Lewis in the matchup head to head. Who wins? White women.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, the game is over.
Oh, come on. I like 3 more.
That's why the game is over. Who knows the turn this may take? You and you alone.
I don't even know. Let's find out.
Let's not say that we did. Okay, you do one more. Pick the best one out of the 3 you got. I got another one. Go ahead.
Josh Gordon is going to do perfectly fine in any era because, you know, we it's just going to slow him down. He's going.
You know what I like to see, Sean Taylor? I like to see Sean Taylor trying to come lower the boom on Jim Brown.
I would love to see that actually, and not at all seriousness. I would pay good money to watch that more than anything in the world, actually. Like, because I don't know who wins that.
I don't know either.
I don't, because this motherfucking Sean Taylor was just a wrecking ball. Like, Sean Taylor was a wrecking ball, but Jim Brown was a bulldozer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, who wins that? I don't know.
I want to see Sean Taylor versus Earl Campbell too.
Now I want to see Ed Reed versus Earl Campbell.
Ed Reed gonna get ran over.
That's the matchup I want to see. I want to see motherfucking.
I'd rather see Brian Dawkins versus Earl Campbell than Ed Reed.
Nah, I want to see Brian Dawkins versus Walter Payton.
You know what? I'd take that too.
Brian Dawkins is more agile of those 3.
Or Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Motherfucker Eric Dickerson 6'2". Mm-hmm. He can't go low.
Thank the Lord. No, that dog is like, I want to see his soul. Like, what?
Eric Dixon's got to try to run through Brian Dawkins and hope that he can do so. Now,
right.
I don't know if he does. I don't think he does. No.
I don't think so either.
This is much more fun to talk about. Legends of the time versus, current. Because, like, it's funny to slander them in the form of the current players just being much more better and much more advanced than they are. But then you had fucking anomalies like Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
So
who you putting up against Lawrence Taylor?
Patrick Mahomes pissing his pants at the sight of Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is running away.
This is enough for the bait. Because Lawrence Taylor, the one motherfucking linebacker that can literally catch Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because
the real question is
menace to society.
The real question is, can Lawrence Taylor catch Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
He's like, yes. Can Lawrence Taylor catch Michael Vick?
I don't know, man. Michael Vick was the gingerbread man, bro. So, you just couldn't catch him. Like, it was very hard. You had to corner him. You had to like grab him and hold him and hope that there was a nearby teammate that just knock him down while he was stationary in order to take down Michael Vick. Like, it was hard to take down Michael Vick.
Bo Jackson versus Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald's fuck. He was nimble as shit. He was 2.0 of Randall Cunningham and fast.
All right.
Randall Cunningham was just agile. Michael Vick was fast and agile, and he had a cannon for an arm. Now, was accurate. That's another story.
Bo Jackson versus Aaron Donald.
Bo Jackson versus. I would have paid to see Bo Jackson versus Luke Kuechly.
Ooh.
Luke Kuechly gave me nightmares.
Ooh, I pay good money.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I can say that now because you're retired. I used to hate playing, like, having to watch the Falcons play the Panthers.
Patrick Withers versus Tony Dorsett.
I
paid to see that.
Hey, Barry Sanders putting everybody in the mix today.
Stafford just missed Deshaun on a deep route.
Barry Sanders might be the only generational talent that can span every generation up to this point. Like, that nigga would have been an anomaly in the 60s, and he would have been a premier halfback today, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He would have been what Saquon is trying to be.
He'd be the elusive counterpart to Derrick Henry's power.
Which is why Barry Sanders is my favorite running back of all time.
Hey, that is completely fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, if you tell me that your favorite running back of all time is either goddamn Barry Sanders, trying to find him up. There it is. Jim Brown or Walter Payton, or as a fourth one, because he was such an all-arounder, Marshall Faulk.
Okay. My head dropped for a second.
Else, I'm going to argue you down with those four halfbacks in particular. And my main argument would be Jim Brown.
Right. Ooh, they racking. Fight. Absolutely. Barry Sanders is for me, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Because if Barry ain't retired, that's Barry's record.
Put it to you like this, right? Namely, the greatest players of all time, if you ask me, in my personal opinion. You can put them in video game form, and they're a cheat code of some sort. The developers have to make it the fact that they're a cheat code of some sort. because it's the best way to make it true to the game. Those are the type of players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Barry Sanders, Madden 96 spin move, goes through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick, Madden 04.
Everything.
We just know how Mike Vick in 04 got down.
Wasn't even fair.
Jerry Rice, Tecmo Bowl. Bo Jackson, Tecmo Bowl. Joe Montana, Tecmo Bowl. John Elway, Tecmo Bowl. John Elway's motherfucking passes were always fucking bullet passes at Tecmo Bowl. And then Joe Montana's passes, 9 times out of 10, were not incomplete passes. If last I recalled, when I played it, it was very easy to play with the Niners.
I bet.
Because Joe Montana completed everything that I just threw to Jerry Rice. And then Jerry Rice, he was the fastest player in that game.
Mm.
And then Bo Jackson, you could literally run Bo Jackson was equally as fast as Jerry Rice. It's like Jerry Rice was the speed and the route running ability, like to be able to run a clean route and get that release. Bo Jackson, you ran the motherfucking toss sweep, and you could run around the entire fucking field if you felt like it. Nobody was gonna catch you.
Oh, look, Mac Jones threw 3 picks today. I love to see it. How's that, Juan? Your future quarterback just threw 3 picks and lost to the Saints with Jameis Winston.
Honestly,
You take that.
I've watched Mac Jones, and it's like, dude can ball, but he gonna make some bonehead mistakes.
Mm-hmm. That's a horrible play call. Jalen Water, like, I didn't want to do this.
Nonetheless, Kenny, it's Sunday. You know what that means. Live via satellite, it is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am your host, Carlos Crawford. We just, and by we, I say my Florida Gators, beat Tennessee 38-14 in our third day of September rivalry game. And I am over the moon. Alongside with me is my partner in crime, Kenny Whitaker. What's happening, Kenny?
Yeah, the Falcons beat the Giants 17-14.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. I love it. Thank you, Atlanta.
Just didn't see that coming. However, you know what is coming?
Pin count.
Pin count. Brought to you by It's Crunch Time ASMR.
Hey.
Old classmate and friend of mine, Janice, has a ASMR channel on YouTube. I subscribe to it. It's chalk blocks and breaking of them. Let me tell you something, Kenny. I didn't know I was into ASMR until I listened to that.
Yep.
And I fell down a rabbit hole as deep as her channel could take me.
Yeah, I've been down that ASM rabbit hole. Wasn't my thing.
Just different blocks of chalk and different forms of material like used to make the chalk and different colors of glitter and paints and such ladled onto it and different color nail painted hands.
Looks like your name is. Looks like your new name Look like your new name is Olos ASMR.
Yes, sir.
So much clogging. Matter of fact, go ahead and type Olos ASMR.
I'm already at it. Yes, sir.
Yo. Just don't ASMR the pin count. Okay.
It's crunch time. ASMR. Like our YouTube page. All one word. It's crunch time, and then separate word ASMR. Number one. Kenny, Ben Simmons will never wear a Philly uniform ever again.
I really don't like you for making me talk about this, but I'm going to be objective as I possibly can with this. If Ben don't want to put in the work and get mad because somebody asking him to do his job and shoot the basketball, and he want to be whiny, fine. Here's my thing. We've done nothing but tolerate you, okay? We've been supportive. We've been hyping you up, calling you all-star, supporting your defensive prowess, trying to give you all the motivation in the world. You get booed severely because you don't shoot the ball. And now you're upset at the organization? Why? And then people in the meeting will say, oh, Doc Rivers turned his back on him because he threw him under the bus at that press conference. All Doc Rivers said was, I don't know. You asked him a question after they just lost a tough game 7. And the first question you want to ask, can you win a championship with Ben Simmons? And then to try to put the press on, he's just like, bro, I don't know right now.
I don't think we can. He said, I don't think we can. He did say that.
He said, I don't know. I just don't. He said, I don't know. The first thing he said, I don't know. I don't know what to think right now. That's what he said. I said, I don't know. Once you say, I don't know, it's like you don't know how to answer the question. You know what I'm saying? He trying to process what happened. Now, again, and then they tried to say Embiid threw him under a bus too. All Embiid said was when we missed that open layup, you know, it kind of turned the tide of the game. But he wasn't saying it was Ben's fault because it wasn't. It did turn the tide of the game. It was an open layup to tie the game, and he passed out of it. It's the facts. Ben, and this is my thing. It could all be so simple.
It could all be so simple.
Yes. Just shoot the ball. Like whether you make it or not.
The Wu-Tang sample, you did Lauryn Hill. Huh.
Yeah.
That's I think that lets us know what sides of the spectrum we're on that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, but it all works. It is what it is.
Yes,
like, but seriously though, like all he really has to do is shoot the ball. Like I don't know what mental blockage it is for him. Now I feel like he gonna go somewhere and actually start shooting the ball, and it's gonna really piss me off. Because like you've been here for 4 years and you don't want to shoot. Now you get mad and you're gonna shoot.
Here's the thing. Here's a setback here. He could easily be up out of here. It's Daryl Morey holding y'all niggas back. Because Daryl Morey wants a star player for Ben Simmons. And he's not getting a star player for Ben Simmons. That's that on that. Move on from it. And he refuses to.
Yeah.
So
I think what's holding us back is Ben himself also. Because like he think he got leverage, but he don't. It's one, nobody gonna want you, bruh. The way you acting now, you don't shoot the
Exactly.
ball. Number
Like,
two,
well, it's
you
not the
undercut.
organization's fault. It's the organization's fault, and it's also Ben's fault. Because on one side, you have the organization pretty much saying that we don't 100% believe in Ben Simmons anymore. And it's not just in what Doc said. There's been a multitude of factors in that, in which I can't think of right now because I'm kind of drunk. But if you actually look back at it, there are a multitude of ways where, bottom line, Philly just dropped the ball on Ben Simmons. And on the other side of that fence, Ben Simmons is not making the situation easy for himself either, because he's essentially acting out like a child, as you would say. But even though his actions are justified because Philly no longer believes in him, why would you want to be somewhere where you can tell no, they don't really believe in you anymore? They just want you to be a part of their process, which is built around one player, and it's not Ben Simmons. So and with that mentality that he has, is like, yo, I don't want to be here anymore.
But but are his actions really justified though when they make every precaution for him to be great and he still doesn't take advantage of opportunities? Like, come on, they bringing him shooting coaches. They helping. They telling him what to do to improve his free throws. They showing him what to do. He just don't he don't do the work. Yeah, he'll give us a video of him in the off season shooting around, but he don't put it to use in the game. He'll shoot what once, maybe every 5 months. You know, you won't get better like that.
Look.
And like, I understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? He feels like the organization didn't want it, but when they did want him, he was lazy. He didn't improve. He stayed the same. You yourself were on record saying he's been the same player since he came in. Yeah. Why is that? The organization can only do so much for you until you have to do the work yourself.
Bingo. However, the organization could also work with you. And the organization isn't willing to work with you because they have a process that they're trying to get done, and you're just simply not fitting the process.
Carlos, are you going to sit here and tell me the Sixers organization had not been working with Ben Simmons for over 4 years? The reason why he got that contract was because the organization was working with him. No. At the end of the day, Ben Simmons needs to look in the mirror and say, I ain't been doing the work like I need to. And whether it's a mental block, you need to express what that is. Because I guarantee you he ain't stressed that he having some mental issues with it. Because that's what it boils down to me. If you say I guarantee you if he went to Doc and was like, hey Doc, I'm having some mental issues with shooting the ball. I'm feeling a little bit of pressure. The fans here in Philly are hot. I need to know if you ride with me. Doc Rivers, the kind of coach, to be like, okay, if you having that big of a mental block, we're gonna have to feed some sound into the fans booing and let you shoot, regardless you miss it or not.
Okay. Well, let me give you something that let me give you a theory that I've been mulling around my brain all week, actually. What if that's just a part of Ben Simmons' game that he don't want to do? Like, it's something he's good at, but it's something that he just don't want to be a part of. He don't want to be the shooter. He want to be the passer. He want to be the defenseman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he
don't want to win because if everyone is telling you what to do, look at LeBron. LeBron's not a shooter, but when LeBron got to shoot, what does he do? When LeBron wanted to shoot, what does he do?
Shoot.
He shoot and hit daggers. When they need to be done, he does it. He ain't no Kobe Mamba mentality type A personality like he wants the ball every time. His first thing is to facilitate. But if you know that if it ain't going the way it need to go, forget it. I'll take the shot. People compare this man to LeBron. If he get a jump shot with everything else he does, we talking potential MVP over Embiid. And B's like 7 feet tall. He's limited in what he can do. He weigh like 285, 290. He's very limited what he can
stop
do.
right there. He's 7 feet tall. He's tall as shit. So his knees are going to last for so long.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Ben 6'11" can jump out the gym.
Ben Simmons ain't that short either. So
he can jump out the gym and he can get balls. That's what I'm saying. He's moves like a guard. So imagine if he used a jump shot.
Talk about any of that. So
he moves like a guard. What?
I said, ask Nerlens Noel.
They not in the same talent atmosphere.
That's fair.
That's disrespectful. They're not even on the same plane flying to the next town. Okay. Ben is flying Delta. Nerlens is flying Spirit. Okay, you can't do that. No. If Ben puts a jump shot in his repertoire, he's an MVP. And then it can probably beat his team that he wants. But he don't want to shoot. The hardest of choices, to quote Thanos, the hardest of choices require the strongest of wills. Are you willing to shoot the basketball?
And he ain't willing. So put him somewhere where he doesn't need to be willing to shoot. That's all I'm saying.
I got bad news for you. People have to be willing
somewhere where he don't have to shoot. And they'll probably just have him come off the bench or some shit like that. Like, what does it matter to y'all? It's not your problem anymore if y'all get rid of him.
I got bad news for you.
Y'all greedy.
I got bad news for you, son. Ain't nowhere you can go when you can't shoot the basketball. Because what if one of your shooters get hurt and they don't got nobody else that can shoot?
Throughout the entire 2008 Olympics, Jason Kidd shot the ball twice. You understand?
How many Olympic teams are in the NBA right now, though? Come on, that's not the same. That's apples to oranges. That's apples to oranges. The only one that's probably close like that.
Because this is around the time where the rest of the world had caught up.
No. We talk about the Olympics where we take best players of the NBA and put them together, opposed to the NBA when everyone is scattered. No,
the best of America in the NBA.
Okay.
4 motherfuckers in the NBA, and they play for their teams. And the thing about the national teams these days is that they got team chemistry.
That's further That's further proving my point. So if people that have no team chemistry, that have some of the best talent in the league, in the world even, can come together and do that, you ain't gonna have to shoot. You're not gonna have that talent like that in the NBA, even with chemistry. Because some roles people can't do. Everybody can't shoot out the gym. Some people are average shooters. And if you call And if you call yourself a max player, your abilities need to be able to do max things. You put a limit on yourself.
I think that you're putting what's the word I'm looking for? A max player doesn't have to shoot, bro.
A max player needs to be able to put up buckets for his team when he needs to.
As a motherfucker that enjoys shooting, and because I'm a motherfucker that will constantly argue 3 is more points than 2.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
You don't have to be, sometimes you gotta be the motherfucker to set up that 3 points. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Let me ask you this. You invest over $140 million on one player who you are considering a core of your team, and you're still trying to build. Your main player, who is a center, by the way, which the league is not really kind to centers nowadays. They're just trying to get them back in the groove. Everyone else knows that the other player on your team is a liability with shooting, so they back away and he does nothing, ends up with 5 points. Are you upset that you paid all that money and he can't produce in the playoffs?
What's the rest of my team look like?
The Sixers.
Oof. Yeah, I'm quitting my job, bro.
Exactly. Exactly. Now imagine if he could shoot and still facilitate. Because now they can't.
That's just a general because I own the Sixers. That's different. If Ben Simmons was elsewhere,
okay,
I'll be able to figure some shit out here. Cause like, all right, you don't want to. Okay, we'll get you a team of motherfuckers that can shoot. That way, all you got to do is distribute and facilitate your motherfucking ass off, and occasionally make a layup or dunk.
Swap Trae Young with Ben Simmons, and Bogdanovich gets hurt.
I will kill you.
Oh, look, hostile. Why you want to kill me now? Because Ben Simmons is trading traces with Trae Young.
The fact that
because Trae Young can facilitate, and everybody else can shoot. But when the shot need to be taken, who's shooting the ball?
Trae Young.
Okay. Will Ben Simmons do that when the shot need to be taken? No. Okay. So in turn, so it
like Trae Young is not as good at facilitating like Ben Simmons is, if you ask me.
Oh, so you admit he's better doing guard things, but he's not better at shooting.
Sure.
So if Ben can shoot, what are we looking at? What are we really talking about here with Ben? Is Ben shooting the ball?
I don't know, but I could say that last thing with a straight face. Like
you said it with a straight face, and you meant it too.
I held that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing for you, bro, but to get rid of him. But you're damn sure not going to get a star player for him.
That's I know we're not. But he ain't doing himself no favors either. He gonna end up with a team like Utah, or I don't even know. Utah's kind of solid.
That's not y'all's problem. Y'all's problem is what y'all going to do with the draft picks y'all are going to eventually receive for Ben Simmons.
Our problem is we need to get somebody because these drafts have not been hitting. But I digress. All we can do is sit and watch it play out. I just really hope that he come around, change his mind up, and actually just shoot the ball. If you just shoot the ball, everything will be fine. Whether you make it or not. We know you can't shoot and you're afraid to shoot. So we're not expecting you to make everything. We're not expecting you to come out and be Reggie Miller, bro. We just want you to not be afraid to shoot the ball.
That's another thing. He's afraid of the embarrassment, it seems like. Like, you don't want, like, Giannis, he could that shit rolls off his back because he's been there, done that. He know he's going to get where he need to be. He just has that mentality. Ben Simmons, he don't want to embarrass himself unless it's on his own accord.
And this is the thing.
But it's like, it's not the time or place to do that.
And it's the thing that makes me more mad about it. He was shooting in college.
Yes. That's even funnier, right?
Yeah, like you were shooting in college and you were solid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you had a little work to do, but what college player doesn't?
He had a little work to do at his shooting and was like, you know what? I don't think I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Now look at him. A laughing stock and a butt of a joke because he don't want to shoot the ball.
Honestly, if we being honest, you say that Ben Simmons don't have the leverage, but in the reality of it all right, so you're going to find Ben Simmons. He's already said he don't give a fuck. So what are we really doing here? Y'all are just making money. That's
all he doing is
what progress are we making here? Are you getting rid of him or no? No.
Are you gonna give away your whole salary for a year because you don't want to shoot the ball? How dumb is that?
It seems as if Ben Simmons is willing to retire for this. He doesn't want to be in Philly anymore at all costs. He hates you niggas.
Well, send him to Portland and give us Dame.
I ain't get it. See? And that's why Ben Simmons is still in Philly. There it is. That Daryl Morey ass mindset.
Listen, it can be done. 3-team trade. Everybody gets something.
Meanwhile, Portland's like, we'll give you CJ McCollum.
At this point, I'll take CJ McCollum. Let Maxey run point. CJ at 2. At least I know CJ will shoot the damn ball. How about that?
Oh no, man.
At least I know McCullum will shoot the basketball. How about that?
That's a fair assessment. That is a fair assessment. Number 2. Bro, last Sunday night, after we recorded, I don't know if you watched it, but it was probably one of the greatest quarterback duels I've seen in years.
Oh, you talking about Baltimore and Kansas City?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Buddy.
That thing came down to the last play.
Literally the last play. And it was just amazing. Like, it was a back and forth game. Neither team were like really out of it in the last like quarter and a half. And it was just it just looked like an absolute slugfest. Like, it got to a point where I was watching it, and Travis Kelce scored like a 40-something yard touchdown pass. And I watched how he got to the end zone. I was like, this is a fucking Sandlot game going on. I love it. I love it.
That was definitely the brand of football you enjoyed.
I was a pig in shit, dog.
You love shootouts, don't you? You love a good old-fashioned shootout.
You know me.
You know how I get down.
Defense is a high-powered offense, dog. Yes, sir. My best form of defense is more points than you. That's the best defense you can possibly have, if you ask me. A team that will.
Meanwhile, I'm on the other side. I like it when you don't score at all and I keep putting up points. I don't want you to score.
What? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is. Dominance is always fun.
If I was offensive coordinator, you were defensive coordinator, who'd be our head coach?
Slippers.
Sorry. All right, gotta help us.
All right.
Meanwhile, Caleb's like, why not me? I'm the one with actual coaching experience. Like, that's a little league. Get out of here. More coaching experience than you, is it? It is. I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him get that satisfaction. So
you can always hit him with the, you're just not right for the culture we're trying to establish.
You just don't seem like the right fit.
Right. You just don't gel with the rest of the staff in the play. You can always hit him with that.
Disrespect him a little bit. We do have a position opening as special teams coach.
Special teams, I'm not doing that. And that's why you don't fit in the group with the staff. Not willing to make the sacrifice.
Make Caleb the trainer. He has no medical experience whatsoever.
You can be the weight. You can be the strength coach. Help him do bench presses.
I think Caleb would be fine with being the strength coach. He wouldn't mind that.
I'll do that.
He'd do it, but you know what he'd really want? He
snap!
His coaching position. That's what he wanted.
Andy Reid left the stadium in the ambulance. Hope he's all right. Said he wasn't feeling too good.
That nigga lost his mind after that L. Gave him a stroke during the post-game speech.
Good Lord.
Do better, Kansas.
Jesus. He didn't even go to the media. You know what? Yeah, I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I know. So
Jamar Chase had 2 touchdowns. You love to see it.
I told you, dog. Burrow and Jamar Chase, dog, they were crazy.
Oh, I know. I've been trying to tell people.
I'm so happy for them, dog, because it's like there's nothing cooler than still being able to link up with your college teammate in the pros. You know what I'm saying?
and know that y'all got chemistry because y'all both that good.
Exactly. The chemistry is never knocked out of place because y'all already know each other well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And if you ask me, Joe Burrow going to be all right in Cincinnati, but the question is Cincinnati going to be all right behind Joe Burrow?
Well, we're gonna have to find out because they're gonna have to give him a line, buddy.
Exactly, because they got a fucking diamond in the rough with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was good. Like,
he is.
He's legitimately good. That kid balls. Like, your man is a gamer. But what the fuck does he have around him other than Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd?
And T. Higgins.
Oh, how can I forget T. Higgins? Higgins?
That's what I'm saying. They just need a line, and they got Mixon at halfback.
I replace take up ownership of the Cincinnati Bengals in franchise mode of Madden, and I wind up moving them to Oklahoma City to become the Bison. And Joe Burrow's our third string quarterback, but he still gets play time in formation sub packages. And so him, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins, they're essentially like my backup core, like my backup offense. And them motherfuckers be going crazy because I gave Joe Burrow a fucking line. That's why.
Correct.
My best friend's little brothers are center.
So what? I might just go ahead and do. I might just go ahead and make the Bengals the next team I use in franchise. Shift some culture around.
You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati got a team. They just need some more pieces. They need an offensive line for Joe. Their defense is actually not bad.
No, they're not. I've been trying to tell people. Nobody likes to listen to Kenny. I understand.
He said, I understand. All right, y'all win. But bottom line, like that Mahomes and Jackson matchup, it was just one for the ages because my thing is that y'all's great hope is a motherfucking old ass white quarterback that can barely even move in the goddamn pocket. That motherfucker is just very good at throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's undisputably respectable. You know what I'm saying? You have no choice but to respect. That motherfucker can throw a ball. All right. Yeah. Cool. But what else can he do? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck else can he do, Kenny? You tell me.
Hey, listen.
And that's why I enjoyed watching that Mahomes and Lamar Jackson matchup, all right? Because they can do more than just throw a ball. They can run.
They throwing the ball. Throwing the ball is the key component of quarterback.
No. Not anymore.
Okay, tell that to Lamar Jackson.
Motherfucker that can run as far as he can throw a ball.
Yeah, tell that to Lamar Jackson, who barely won the game thanks to Justin Tucker. He threw for 287 with 1 TD.
Like y'all said about Tom Brady with Adam Vinatieri. He got him there, didn't he?
Barely. 1970.
CM Punk had his first match on network television for the first time in 7 years on AEW Rampage Friday night. That's how I got the mix up because I was getting to the Friday night part.
Mm-hmm.
That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Kenny, man, what'd you think about him going back to the tights as opposed to the pants?
I'm here for it either way. As long as it's clobbering time on cable television and wrestling again, I'm happy.
Yeah, it should restore the feeling. Hey, listen, I know we're talking about like CM Punk as the central focus of this, but I gotta say, man, Powerhouse Hobbs is a fucking star. Ooh. That motherfucker got charisma.
Yeah, Yeah, like Taz knows what he's doing in wrestling, bro. Like people have to act like Taz don't know. Putting him and Absolute Ricky Starks together is absolutely amazing. That Team Taz is nice.
And Brian Cage, couldn't get down with it. And honestly, I want to say it's because Powerhouse Hobbs came along.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big motherfucker. So what do we need another big motherfucker for?
The thing that I really love about AEW is they use factions so well.
What do you mean?
Like, look at all the factions they got going on. Like Dark Order's now bad together.
Factions.
Yeah, factions.
Honestly, I have it my way. Essentially, every wrestler, but maybe 3 or 4, are all assigned to a stable.
Right. So, they need a trios title.
You have a roster, right? Let's say it's like 75 people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you need to separate them in 2 shows. Okay, fine, dandy, cool. However, what you could also do is still make them of some type of relevance of some sort if you put them all in a faction of some sort led by a big name. Mm-hmm. You give them, case in point, Inner Circle. Mm-hmm. Outside of Chris Jericho, you know who Sammy Guevara is.
You know who Pride the Powerful is, Santana Ortiz. You know of them now. Not off the initial. Or are you doing that because of the sound?
It's like Powerhouse Collective. You know what I'm saying? And you need 1 or 2 of those in your promotion because they're like a collective of motherfuckers you essentially can't beat. So they could be like the main heels or something like that. So that's, but you have everybody assigned to a stable. Motherfuckers wind up like the Dark Order, and it's a bunch of gang shit, but you know who every gang member is.
Right.
I can rattle off the majority of the Dark Order off the top of my head now.
Speaking of Dark Order, I can't wait for Wyatt to come and run that Dark Order, baby.
That's what they should do.
Yeah, they need to do that.
They should do that. What are they going to call him? I don't know exactly what, because -1's taken.
Knowing how good that Wyatt is, he'll find a name.
Little Brody.
Yep, maybe something like that. Little Brody.
That's a fucking guy, dog.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's probably like a big deal at school.
Yeah, he's like, your dad was Brody Lee? My dad will forever be Brody Lee.
Never mind that. They're past that at this point.
But still.
You're -1?
But yeah, the way they use their factions, man, it really tells a good story. That's why I was telling you the other day, like having Punk feud with Team Taz is a beautiful place for him to start. Because not only does it help him get his feet wet, but it gives him names to come up to get relevant again.
But that's the thing though, and that's why when I say like where you have an entire promotion where it's just like a bunch of stables, everybody in all of the stables, with the exception of a few, CM Punk can be that independent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on the other side of that coin, CM Punk also has the ability to start his own stable. Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of CM Punk. You can do whatever you want with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because with his creative direction with his character, he's gonna give you some good ass ideas. All you gotta do is just listen.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people like
that's what was WWE's problem in the first place.
And the beauty of it is they got a stable full of there are stables full of people that can actually be on their own as well. Like look at the Elite.
Like I said, the Elite is just a collective. They're like a super group, like Black Hippie or Slaughterhouse
or Wu-Tang
or Wu-Tang all came up together. When I say super group, I'm talking about like
they just put them together. Okay,
that were put together, but separately. They already had, if not profound, notable or like star-worthy career.
I know what you're saying.
Like the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers, Adam Cole, baby.
Payback.
They all have like separate from each other. They all have illustrious careers. So when they come together, it's just like
Yeah.
the NWO.
Correct.
You know,
Super Click.
the Super Click.
That
Their shirts are dope as shit.
shirts are really dope.
I need that jump, and I need the new the El Bueno Hermanos shirt.
Right. Speaking of Super Clicks, I'm happy that my up, down, down Uno cards came yesterday.
You got up, down, down Uno cards. There's a fucking Uno thing for everything.
Yeah. Up, down, down, make Uno great again. The party, which consisted of Austin Creed, Tyler Breeze,
Stop the fuck out. Stop there.
Cesaro, and Chubbs, aka Adam Cole.
Because when did Uno stop being great? Let's start there.
When people started acting like Uno was a kid's game and they can't make it fun anymore.
No. I just disassociate myself with people like that. Like
That play Uno.
I'm saying that spades is the ultimate card game. No, because not everyone knows how to play spades. Everyone knows how to play Uno, and it still brings about the same emotion that spades brings about.
Yeah, but people get angry. People get older and act like they can't play kids games. So I just know a lot of people that act like kids games are not fun to them anymore. And to see,
Well, they need to grow the fuck up and start playing kids games. I know that sounds ironic, but we fucking wanted to be. We wanted to do so much shit when we became adults, and then we became adults and decided that shit was just too childish to do. Do you have any fucking idea how fulfilling it is to fulfill childhood dreams that you had as a kid that you can now do as an adult and nobody really bats an eye because that's just how you get down?
And that's why up, down, down is so great. Because they did it on their own as a separate.
How awesome it is to eat a bowl of fucking ice cream, Kenny, at 9 a.m. while watching Matlock. And all your mother does is just bat an eye.
Great. You want to see the deck? You want to see how it looks? Did you see it on Twitter? I posted it on Twitter.
No, I haven't yet.
Don't worry.
He said, "Don't worry, I got them here. They're here. Don't look no further." Unbelievable. They really got.
They got their own. They got their own rules in it too. They got their own card. They got their own challenge card in here.
Yeah, that's why I don't like thematic Uno, because every thematic Uno got different fucking rules, and they're weird fucking rules. Because I didn't grow up playing those type of rules. I grew up on your simple Uno rules.
Well, it's only one card. The only thing that's really different is they only added one card, and that's the challenge card. The wild challenge rule makes your opponent draw extra cards when they try to get you. So if they try to make you draw, and if you make them challenge, and they have that color in their hand, they end up drawing 6 cards instead of you drawing 4. Which is amazing. I love it.
It's like I just those are new rules to learn.
That's the only that's the only new rule. That's the only new rule. The rest of it's the same.
One too many.
No, it's not. You just don't want to learn something new. You're like a grandpa.
The game wasn't broke. Why are we fixing it?
It's funny. And look at the color.
That's cool and all, but I guess.
It's limited edition. I'm getting a case for this. This is not getting open. Black owned, baby. Shop.com.
Yeah, I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that.
Yep. That man Xavier Woods is the mastermind of that, baby.
I respect the hustle, man. That was been on the grind low key. Like, yeah, he's a wrestler and all, but yo, your man's is low key building a bit of an empire.
Yeah, that is an empire. Ain't no bit of it is.
That's exceeding gimmick.
He made that joke separate of WWE. So They can't touch it. All they can do is just control who's on there with their name rights because they're under contract. But as far as who has on that channel, can't do nothing about it. Like they took, like the dude Tyler Breeze still comes on there, but instead of calling him Tyler Breeze, they call him Matt in the chair or Matt in the room. So it's like, yeah, he's still on here, but he's just not going by Breeze. We're calling him Matt in the chair because his name's Matt and he's in the chair.
Why they're doing that now, or are they just like, yeah, we're gonna call him Matt in the chair now?
Yeah, that's what we do. He's Matt in the chair. He's Matt in the chair. Or if he's in the room, like, and Matt in the room. Hi, I'm Matt in the room. Beautiful.
Now I was asking, did they address like why they started going?
Oh yeah, they addressed that he lost his job, so he can't go by Breeze, and he technically can't be in the arenas. But when they got free time and they're not there, oh, he's on it. He's just Matt in the chair, Matt in the room. Like if they doing it via Zoom, Matt in the room.
That's what's up. I watched a video on YouTube of Adam Cole finding out that Tyler Breeze got released.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's that's the one thing I like about that. Like these they really rock with each other the long way. You know what I'm saying?
Really friends.
Like that's really squad. You know, it's like it's deeper than the motherfucking business. Y'all met through the business, but y'all built, you know, lifelong friendships off the business. You know what I'm saying?
And
so business don't really shit
the
anymore.
greater thing about that, you want to know who's breaking in big bucks? That man Adam Cole.
Baby.
Because not only is he getting money off of his AEW purchases of merch and stuff, they just sold out all the stuff with his face on the up shop on UDShop.com. So he's getting proceeds of that too. So he's like,
he's still getting that WWE shop money?
oh no. See, they got their own shop. It's not under WWE shop. It's UUGD shop. It's their own separate shop. So proceeds are going to them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said, wait a minute.
Era had their own shop?
No. Up, down.
Oh, okay.
He's got merch on up, down.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And that's separate from WWE money. That's up, down money. Which is why the Uno thing is so big, because Woods has his own deal with Uno. So if all these cards sell out, they're going to make more decks to sell, and people are going to buy more decks.
I want to go back to like somewhat 20, maybe 30 episodes ago, where we discussed how Vince shut down like streaming for wrestlers, essentially, or like third-party streaming, as they said, and what it would what could possibly come out of this. And I was like, all right, benefit of the doubt, maybe he takes these shows that, you know, they're doing individually and, you know, put them on a network, giving them, you know, letting them keep their show and still be able to do what they, you know, enjoy doing in their free time. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. They dropped the ball on that. They could have possibly done that. But instead, they shut down third-party streaming, and it forced their superstars, who, might I add, are merely contractors, different ways to make their, you know, cash flow doing the shit that they enjoy. So they figure out ways around it, and now they're making the money that they were, you know, already set to make. And WWE almost shut down. Meanwhile, WWE is not making more money that they could have been making off, you know, linking them as subsidiaries.
That's
get
fault.
WWE the fuck out of here, bro. It's my time.
Which is why I celebrate Woods and that up, down channel so hard, bro. Because we'll say, yeah, no, that's not in my contract. And YouTube is technically not a game streaming site. So
YouTube is YouTube, bro.
I record us playing games on our free time and I post the videos. I don't stream anything. And if I do stream, it's once and maybe a month or two. And it's me playing your game. SmackDown versus Raw 2006.
Yep.
So what are you gonna do? And it's got your contracted people in it with their likeness of me creating their likeness, which they have agreed to me doing. So what's the problem here?
And there could have been shit you could have done about it, but you decided not to do shit about it.
So what's the problem you have here? I don't understand. You can't. That's my money. You can't touch it.
Exactly. On top of that, but Adam Cole's situation is like, yo, I make y'all money, whether you think so or not. Right? Because I'm one of the biggest household names on the show that actually does consistently well from a week-to-week basis.
Shoot, Undisputed Era had a what, 6 year run?
Yeah. And many points we thought they were going to move up, and they never did. They were the faces of your show. Kyle O'Reilly is still essentially the face of your show. You know what I'm saying? That's
and Cole, such a professional, put him over before he left.
Exactly. Now let me also go
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
No one asked you.
Let me go out on a limb and additionally say that also note, I have people that are waiting for me. Company to come join them. You know what I'm saying?
I got people every day telling me what's happening over here, just waiting for my contract to run out.
Just waiting on my contract to run out. They would love me. My friends and my old ladies over there. I would be over there. Give me a reason to stay here, because I do want to stay here. I don't mind staying here, but you got to give me a reason to stay here. And when Vince is like, go then.
And he loves the party. He loves up, up, down, down, but that's not enough. And I don't blame him, because up, up, down, down is great, but if they're not paying him what he owed, that's not enough to stay.
It's just not. It simply isn't. Oh, they owe the money?
Who? Like Cole? No. They paid him from everything I know. But I'm saying the separate money that he's making from up, up, down, down is not enough for what he was doing to stay.
So, like, WWE has been fucking up the count and shooting themselves in the foot for a while now. It's not just these random ass releases and their creative directions. It's doing shit that is fucking up the count.
And it's getting so bad for them. You're seeing people hold more up, up, down, down titles in the crowd than WWE titles.
That's concerning.
Yeah, people are holding up left, right titles and up, down, down titles.
You have a Hall of Famer letting y'all know, hey, yo, I know we can't like regress back to the like shenanigans and shit of the Attitude Era. But we gotta do something to like bring back to restore that feeling or something. Like something needs to be done. I don't know what, but listen, AEW fucking y'all up. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, quick stat.
Kids want to watch AEW.
Wait. It said with 2 receiving touchdowns today, Jamar Chase became the youngest player and first 20-year-old player in NFL history with 4 touchdown receptions in the team's first 3 games of the season. Hall of Famer Randy Moss was the previous one to do so.
That's great company right there. That is
Absolutely.
excellent company to be in.
Yeah. In 3 weeks, he got 4 touchdowns.
You give Joe Burrow a line, Cincinnati can be something.
Mm-hmm. Man.
That was pin count. So listen. I don't know if you ever got around to watching Dark Side of the Ring.
Unfortunately, I was not able to watch it this week.
No, because you're a busy bitch, huh?
Something like that.
I think Kenny's trying to dress less and go out more, huh? All right.
Gotta move when you gotta move.
Kenny think he a bad bitch now. All right, so
You know what? If you don't go into this review,
I did watch Dark Side of the Ring, and this week's Dark Side of the Ring was on Chris Kanyon. Kanyon was
better than Kanyon.
Everybody. Oh, Kanyon heavy. That's my guy. So, Kanyon was a like mid-card wrestler with WCW. But what made him so special, because not a lot of mid-card wrestlers are special for real. What made him so special was his offense. He was innovative. He brought in a lot of moves that weren't seen up to that point in mainstream wrestling. And they all work. And to this day, numerous of Kanyon's moves are used as regular moves now, if you watch wrestling. So that's the preface of it. Now, the main basis of it is that Kanyon was gay, and he tried to hide it as much as he possibly can because he was around wrestling.
Toxic masculinity.
He said what? Oh yeah.
I said toxic masculinity.
He was around wrestling at a time where it was essentially unacceptable, or not unacceptable. Well,
Frowned upon.
Frowned upon to be gay in wrestling. Ironically, the very first Intercontinental Champion
Was gay.
That's the funny irony to it all, but I digress. So he it was just a lot of lengths that he was willing to go through to A, prove that he approved to the boys that he wasn't gay, and B, that basically he wasn't hiding anything. But in the reality of it all, he was hiding quite a bit, and his manager essentially got the brunt of it all. However, I got some notes from it. First and foremost, I understand Brian Cage's "Who better" line. Who better? Who better? Who better? Who better than Kanyon?
Hey.
Now when Brian Cage say "Who better," I'm gonna be like everybody. Like that's this thing of ours we have now, Brian Cage. You understand? My little thing. I like you now. You're one of my, I wouldn't say one of my favorite wrestlers, but I enjoy watching.
You are slowly walking up the ladder.
Yeah, exactly. You slowly but surely you are walking up the ladder. You know what I'm saying? Kanyon knew at a young age that he was gay. He went to Catholic school, and he was acting out one day, and the teacher sent him to a priest. I sent him to the priest or whatever. He just told the priest straight up, "I'm gay," and the priest pretty much like, "What do you mean? Like, how would you know? You need to repress those thoughts, like you know how Catholicism get down. So,
Mhm.
religion for the most part. Then as he got older, he met who will eventually be his manager. I forgot because name, but I got his last name, Van Horn.
Mhm.
So we'll be referring to him as Van Horn for the rest of this note section. Now, Van Horn got him a chance to get started in wrestling training in the fabulous Moolah's wing. Ski Whoa! I literally wrote down Ski Whoa in my notes, Kenny.
I know. You don't have to tell me, bro.
I thought I'd get a bigger pop than that.
Ski whoa. Ski whoa, ski whoa, ski whoa, ski whoa, ski whoa, ski whoa.
All right, let's see if we get a bigger pop out of this. Mae Young enjoyed fucking Kanyon up. Loved it. Was thrilled about it. She hopped in the ring one day, started stomping a mud hole in this nigga Kanyon in the corner. He turned over to Van Horn. Get this bitch off me. She's crazy. Van Horn like, nah. She actually likes you. That's how you know.
Yeah. I want nobody like me like that. They gonna beat me all the time. It's not love. That's abuse.
Kanyon really sold being anti-gay, which makes perfect sense. There was a story that Van Horn had where Kanyon was moving and his cousins was helping him move, something to that extent. And went to grab some boxes and some porn mags fly out or whatever. Bunch of gay porn. Now he like, he got that. He immediately blames Van Horn. He's like, that fucking Van Horn. He must have been playing tricks on me. He's ripping. So then he called him or whatever. He in a fucking rage while on the phone with him. He's like, all right, I need you to like him coming out to Van Horn was in the form of telling him of what went down and what Van Horn needs to do to cover his ass. That's how Van Horn learned that he was gay. All right. So get to a point where they started talking about Mortis. I was like, holy shit, I forgot all about Mortis. That shit went crazy. He's the antithesis to, is that even the right word to use? I don't know. But yeah, probably not. The counterpart to the Glacier character, who is essentially Sub-Zero, great value Sub-Zero.
All these versions of Sub-Zero?
Yes. Mortis was essentially great value Reptile. It was actually not bad. Meanwhile, outside the ring, he erratically raged and took his repressed anger out on the people close to him, like Van Horn. They, we'll get into that moment. Only his manager knew that he was gay. All right. Kanyon knew his push was over when NWO came along. Like before NWO came along, he was Mortis. And then when Hulk Hogan came back and they formed NWO, Kanyon told DDP, well, my push is over. And DDP was like, and he was right.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually ended up in NWO too, so there's that.
Yeah.
Also, he may have been bipolar. That was a note that I wrote down. We'll get to that later. Put a pin on that. That motherfucker was actually pretty cool. Like, he had swagger. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kanyon had like a presentable appearance about him. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, motherfuckers thought he was dope as shit. So there was that.
Yeah, he had charisma. He made you want to watch.
Did he have a lisp? Yeah. But even with lisp, you can work on that. That's something you can work around. However, Kanyon taught Arquette how to work.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That I didn't know.
I did know that because I think
champion David Arquette.
Yeah, I think Arquette talked about how Kanyon was helping him train. So
that was 30 years ago, and that still blows my mind.
He still shouldn't have been world heavyweight champion. I think that.
But 20 years ago, whatever. However, during that NWO push, Kanyon started making bank, and would throw huge parties. He'd have all the bitches and no sell it, of course. One chick at one party tells Van Horn, "Your man's might be gay." Well, Kanyon starts to get so paranoid that he makes the manager set up so he can shoot a sex tape with a random chick, and he never shows up. So the manager fucked the chick. I said, true. He's like, well, I'm not gonna let this money go to waste. Shit.
You know what?
So then Kanyon watches it the next day or whatever. He laughs a bit, but then he goes to the bathroom and he starts spazzing over his hair conditioner. Van Horn's like, I barely have hair. What are we talking about here, pretty much? So they get into it, which it gets to a point where Van Horn pulls a gun out, and eventually they chill. You know what I'm saying? Like they finally.
Quick pause. The Rams are 39-0 when they lead in the halftime. Sorry, go ahead.
But Van Horn, like, I was absolutely prepared to shoot him if I had to. So like I looked up the statute of limitations of like being in danger and shooting from that vantage point, all that. Is like, and I would have gotten away with it, but it's like I didn't want to. That was my friend. I loved him, but it's a situation where it's my life or his. I'm choosing mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I understand.
I understand.
So, then they start revealing about how he had depression. I was like, there it is, depression.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a shoulder injury. He tries to use steroids and fucks around, gets an infection from one of the needles. So he has a blood infection. He ends up losing weight, all that shit. However, SmackDown 2003, Kanyon comes out of a box dressed as Boy George singing Do You Want to Hurt Me? And The Undertaker lets him have it. This is his night in the WWE, by the way. Then there was that headshot. You remember that shit? Yeah, that shit was nasty. The Young Bucks were in attendance. The Young Bucks were an integral part of this Dark Side of the Ring story because they were actually close to Kanyon. Them and Brian Cage. They were proteges of Kanyon's. All three of them. Jericho personally thinks that was a setup on WWE's part because it's like, bro, how do you not know that he's gay? And it's too coincidental to set him up in a situation in an angle like that. You know what I'm saying? However, Kane's best friend, who was a producer with WWE, a director with WWE, he's a director at AEW now. He said he completely disagreed, pretty much. I was like, all right, I guess. I still think I'm still with Jericho. However, they have eventually they have him job weekly, and he gets released. The people that he gave back to, Young Bucks, Brian Cage, I said that. Your man's wouldn't sleep for days on end, would be delirious, and it got to a point where like a friend of his lost his house to Katrina, a Hurricane Katrina. And Kane, gave him a call, asked him like, you good? Like, yeah, come move out with me. You can stay here free of charge. It don't even matter. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your man's just be like sleeping for like can't be wouldn't sleep for days on end, just be delirious. And like cuz I lost house to Katrina, he was telling a story about how your man's was talking about how he like went outside and he saw this, that, and the third, and like he had to get the fuck up out of there. And it was like they knew he was tripping balls because they had been in the house with him the whole time.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, we need to get him some help. So they do. And he finally gets diagnosed with bipolar order. And that actually helps him with being able to come out of the closet. And it gets to a point where he wanted to have his, sexual preference as his gimmick. But it's 2006 and Orlando Jordan beats him to it.
Mm.
Yeah. Back in the 90s, they were less accepting. Once you got past 2002, 2003, being gay didn't become, it wasn't like,
more accepted than it was.
Yeah, it was a little more accepted than it was. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I can't 100% say that people were like, finally coming around to it because that's far.
That'd be a lie, but they're becoming more open.
Yeah, but
they're becoming more willing to think about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because even Brian Cage said, when I found out Kane was gay, I was like bummed out for a second, and it made me go, well, wait a minute, why does it matter? and he's like, and when I thought of it like that, that completely changed my mindset about how I looked at certain people, and it made me completely tolerant and actually looked at these people as just another person, as opposed to something wrong or bad. He didn't say all that, but that's what I'm
summarizing.
Yeah, conveying for him. So yeah, it's like he did a lot to give back. Kanyon did. But at that point, they were pretty much over Kanyon. Matter of fact, after that Benoit Guerrero spot at WrestleMania, when they hugged and shit, your man's went out there to the corner of the ring and posed randomly. Now he's doing erratic shit so he gets someone's attention in the company. You know what I'm saying? So there's a after party, and like they are kind enough to invite him to this dinner after party. Your man goes up to Vince himself and thanks Vince for inviting him, even though he fired him, and Vince hadn't even fired him yet. You know what I'm saying? So Chris calls Matt Jackson, telling him he's going to kill himself, and now here you have a 19-year-old Matt having to talk him out of it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Here's where the shit starts getting heavy, right? However, he wound up on Howard Stern, and then John Cena had some words for his ass. And you know what? Let's stop right there, because I want to say this. I hopped on Twitter the morning after, completely forgetting that it came on that night, the night before. And I hopped on Twitter. I was like, oh, yeah, Dark Side of the Ring did come on last night. I need to get tap in. Well, I saw that John Cena was trending. I was like, well, what did John Cena do? Moms are like mad because of what John Cena had said on the Howard Stern show that episode. And which I was like, bro, it's not even that deep. He just spoke that real. And he wasn't 100% wrong either. You know what I'm saying?
What exactly did John Cena say?
John Cena basically said that Kanyon just wasn't that good. Like, at that point in the WWE, motherfuckers were the juggernauts. So a certain style was the standard to them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kanyon didn't have that style. So motherfuckers looked at him as not good. That's what it really was, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, John Cena just pretty much left it at the point, he's just essentially not good. And like, I know there's people out there that, follow him and, they actually think he's good. They saw him in WCW or whatever, but it's like, when it comes to, stacking up to the rest of the WWE roster, he just don't stack up. Like he's just not that good to compete with the rest of the roster, pretty much, right? So Twitter got in an uproar about that. And my thing was like, all right, now y'all just looking for something to be mad about. This is where I draw the goddamn line. Because him saying that Kanyon just simply wasn't good turned into John Cena gay bashing Kanyon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely the fuck not. John Cena has a brother that's gay.
The culture that you live in.
So he obviously would never. You know what I mean?
It's the culture that you live in.
And he obviously would never. Like y'all, what y'all need to do at this point, y'all need to think before y'all react. Are there things that is worth reacting over? Case in point, Ric Flair exposing himself to flight attendants? Yes, absolutely. John Cena talking about how Kanyon just wasn't that good in the WWE? No, you're overreacting now. Now we're overreacting. Because you gotta look at it like this. Kanyon was essentially over the hill around 2003, 2004. So there wasn't really much you could do with him.
Right.
Again, y'all wanna make this argument. Y'all weren't watching the shit. Y'all weren't. You think you were? Y'all weren't. And if you were watching the shit, you weren't old enough to understand the shit.
That.
All right? Kanyon was good in WCW, but there wasn't really much for him in 03 and 04 because the Ruthless Aggression era was popping and the shit was all over John Cena and Undertaker. They wanted to make sex sell with Tori Wilson and Sable and them. Everybody had their own bag. They didn't have time to figure shit out with Kanyon.
And it's not their fault for that. They just didn't have time.
That's just what it was. If you want to blame anybody, blame the WWE. Don't blame John Cena. Period.
Correct.
That's what it should have been in the first fucking place. But again, y'all don't know what to be mad about, so y'all need something to direct y'all angers towards. And John Cena ain't the one to direct your angers towards. John Cena told the fucking truth. You can't get mad at that. You just can't. And y'all need to grow the fuck up about it. Because it simply was the truth. He spoke that honest. He said nothing about Kane being gay or anything about that. So I don't know where that came about. Y'all just thought because he bashed Kanyon, period, he was gay bashing Kanyon.
They can get mad because it's offending us. That's what happens.
And that's a problem. Because that's not the lane that he attacked, and yet y'all want to swerve into other people's lanes. Mm-hmm. No. Stop that shit. Mm-hmm. All right? You want? I'll put it to you like this, right? As a black man or as a black person, all right? Gay community. You want the rest of the world to take you seriously? Lighten the fuck up. And you know what? I hate that I have to say the shit. I do.
And I want to say this as a Christian man. Do I understand the plight that gay people say they go through? Absolutely not. Will I try to make it seem like I understand? Absolutely not, because I don't live that lifestyle. Will I encourage everybody to seek joy? Absolutely, because everybody has a right to joy, regardless of what you declare yourself to be.
I'm not saying all that. Man.
No, I'm saying it as far as because people like to bash people for believing differently, and they misunderstand what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? So like, everybody has a right to have joy, and if you disagree with something, you can disagree, but don't try to shift it into something that you want it to be.
My thing is, I don't give a fuck about who you fucking. That's your business. Like, I'm gonna rock with you regardless. So as a motherfucker that rocks with you, let me tell you, let me be here to tell you as advice. Listen, nobody want to deal with motherfucking overly sensitive ass motherfuckers, man. Y'all gotta toughen the fuck up. Y'all got to. And I'm not saying to, be apathetic. That's the last thing I want y'all to do. What I want y'all to do is I need y'all to start, taking that shit in the chin, because y'all know that y'all are better than the shit that y'all gotta hear. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm trying to like say it without offending you. That's why it's so hard for me to like get it out for real. But the point of the matter is, and I bring back the whole like Kane John Cena bit. The fact of the matter is, not everything can offend you, bro. Like if it's directed towards you, okay. You know what I'm saying? You have every right to be offended. But this situation and situations similar to it is where I gotta draw the line and be like, hey, no. This ain't your lane. You gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you that, separating community from everybody else, because I would tell Kenny as, hey, you gotta chill the fuck out, my guy. I would tell my older brother, you're out of fucking control. He won't listen, but I'll tell him. And so it's like anybody can get this word of advice from me, because I don't do, favorites or, outcasting or anything like that. I'm an across the board type of guy. Yeah. So when I say this, I'm not saying this to offend anybody. I'm not saying it to, be apathetic. I'm not saying it from a place of malice. This is, deep down from the heart for me to like tell you this, because like, it's why y'all are constantly fucked with for the most part, because nobody really respect it per se. And the more you start to act like, the rest of us, I guess you could say, separating from one community to all the other communities and everything that we have in common with each other. Listen, you want to see at the table. Everyone does. All right. It's the fucking table. The world's a table. Everyone wants a seat in it. You'll get a seat in the table. And we are going to like fuck with you heavy, make fucking grinding beats on the lunch table with you. We're going to joke around and, roast you on the lunch table with you. It's all going to be out of love. But the first thing you got to do, y'all got to lighten up a little bit. Like, not everything is meant to offend you. Motherfuckers just like getting jokes off, man. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there has to be a certain level of offense to a certain degree in order to be funny. Like, can you be funny without being offensive? Sure. But can you be fucking hysterical without being offensive? Not really, no.
Believe differently, but I understand the sentiment. All good jokes have a little truth in them.
So I'm saying, you gotta be able to separate what's offensive and what's just, a joke. And I actually saw a joke on Twitter, and it was actually a pretty solid gay joke. And even the gay community was like, see, it's possible to do it without offending you. You know what I'm saying? And it was a singer who had a haircut back in the 90s that lesbians rock, as a regular. It's like the symbol of lesbian haircut. You know what I'm saying? So, dude made a reference about that or whatever, and it was relatively clever, and which it made me go, see, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? But it's not easy. Not everybody has that mental capacity or maturity to do so, and that's just something you have to accept, because we got to accept motherfuckers thinking that a motherfucker that literally made fun of a mentally handicapped person could be president. So we gotta coexist with those motherfuckers too. You want some people on your side, is what I'm saying. So I guess that could be a fucking final thought, for being honest. But
yeah,
my main point is, my mainline baseline is, not everything is to offend you guys. And most particularly in this situation, this wasn't something that was offensive to the LGBTQIA community. It just wasn't. So there's no fucking reason you should be offended by it. All right, stop that shit. That's enough. Now, continuing on. With that being said, I got something that you can be offended by. Ric Flair hopping on the line. Now we could get angry, right? Ric Flair hops on the line and they start arguing. Flair had literally come out and say, buddy, your time has come and gone. And it's like, Ric Flair was Kane's hero. So he's sitting on Howard Stern arguing with his hero, and he gotta get the letdown from his hero like that. Yeah, now at that point, I'm kind of like, all right, that's kind of fucked up, but it's like, hey, it had to happen. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to tell him, and Kanyon damn sure wasn't going to let it be John Cena. That's fair. All right, I understand that. But when Ric Flair tells you, hey, it might be time to hang it up, bro. It just might be. Just might be. Nowadays, we don't give a fuck about what Ric Flair say recently, but at that time, just go ahead and hang it up.
I'm calling a dreamer. You know what? I'm not gonna do it.
Honestly, man, Tommy Dreamer, he I don't know if he,
all I'm gonna say is Dreamer enjoys hammers.
Bully Ray kicked him off the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is Dreamer enjoys hammers a lot.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
So my rant just now, right, was from like a place of like love, and I really give a fuck about these people, and I just want them to be accepted like we're accepted, and I'm just trying to put them up on game on how to be accepted like everybody else is. You just being wild. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do better, Kenny. Gotta do better.
That can be taken either way. But I understand what you try to say. I try to do it in the most PG way I could. I could not let that pass. I'm sorry. A hammer is a tool. You know what I'm saying? Nails and stuff. I was trying to make it.
Yeah, well,
never mind. Never mind.
All right. So
someone's gonna be offended either way. That's just the way life is now.
No. Like I said, it all comes down to picking and choosing your battles, knowing what is actually offensive. That's all. That's all it really is, though. It's just a matter of knowing what exactly is offensive. And
It was a joke on Dreamer.
And a multiple
He was
time
weird.
champion telling a mid card talent at best that his run is done, his run is up. That's not necessarily offensive. It's kind of the truth. Like that's not some shit you can get mad about. It's just not. However, what you can get mad about, Kenny, is implying and insinuating how much a certain wrestler enjoys another wrestler's penis. All right.
He put that on film himself.
So you're going to repeat it?
I didn't repeat it. I was just telling you what he said.
So you repeated it?
No. Because I didn't say exactly what he said.
But you said it.
He said it first. He said it first. This is my thing. I'm not the one.
He got same energy when he jumps off a bridge. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not the one. I'm not for one when someone puts themselves in a position to get joked on and ridiculed to build them out for the position they put themselves in. If he don't open his mouth, it won't happen.
Yeah. However, that's some shit you can really joke about now, can you?
People were joking about it all last week.
A flight attendant was sexually assaulted.
I'm not talking about the flight attendant. I'm talking about Dreamer.
Yes, I know.
I'm not joking with nobody's trauma. I'm joking with the man. I'm making fun of the man who is making fun of the trauma. You want to make fun of the trauma? I'm going to make fun of you. See how you like it.
That's not good, Kenny. Do better. Can't be making fun of trauma, bro. You just can't. I'm sorry. That's not cool.
I'm not making fun of trauma. I'm making fun of the person that thought trauma was funny. So now we're going to make it funny on you and see how you like it. You don't, stop it. Period.
That just buries you a deeper hole. What the fuck is that proving? That's going to make you feel better, but it's going to make you look like an asshole at the end. Pick and choose your battles. There's my point. So
okay, well, what I say to that is people look like assholes every day, but it's how you respond.
You don't want to be the one that looks like the asshole, though. You don't want to.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Want to be the asshole today.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. If people can be proud about waking up choosing violence, I'm gonna be happy about a joke that I thought was funny, and I'm not trying to offend nobody because my intention was not to offend nobody. You know me very well.
Yeah, well, aside from the offense, the notable offense, it was a swing and a fucking miss, and that offended me. All right, do better.
to take what you said, don't be so sensitive.
Step your fucking game
don't
up.
Feel good, does it? So it would have been offensive if it was funnier. Okay, got it. Now we get the message. To be funny, to not be offensive, it has to be really offensive. Got it.
No,
okay.
That's funny. That's
but you just said all good jokes. You have to be offensive to be hysterical.
My spectrum is, if that bitch is going to be offensive, you better make sure that shit is much more funny than it is offensive.
Well, what does that prove? You still being a jerk. You still offended somebody. You can be. It just proves that your offensiveness can make me chuckle. Still offensive.
I mean, Cat Williams proves to us that you can be smart with your jokes and still offend people, but that should still be funny.
Yeah, that's why he.
Yeah,
that's exactly why he doesn't work as much as he used to. So.
Okay, that doesn't negate the fact that he's funnier than everybody too.
He ain't funnier than Dave Chappelle.
That's probably the only one person he's not funnier than. That's alive right now.
And Chappelle's jokes are not even as offensive as people like to make it seem. But where is that?
No, because Dave Chappelle jokes, they have some offense to them, but they're funny as shit because they're actually smart. You know what I'm saying? Like there's substance to his jokes. That's why when people get offended by his jokes, I don't understand because it's like he not outright bashing you. Is he excessive with it? Yes, I'll admit that. But he's not outright bashing you. He's just displaying his curiosity on why the shit why shit offends them so much. So it's kind of laughing at the offense as opposed to, you know, the community.
So how come I can laugh at the offense, but I need to stop, but he can laugh at the offense?
We're not as smart as Dave Chappelle. That's why, Kenny.
Say who? Again, if I wasn't smart, I wouldn't be able to pose these questions.
Work. What are you?
Hmm?
You want to have a versus with Dave Chappelle? I don't. I don't want that for our show. That's a landslide.
I wouldn't be afraid to go out there and be funny with Jay Chappelle. Would I lose? Most likely, but I go.
Well, you're just an idiot. So, because I knows better. I'm not even going to bother. Like, there's no point.
No, because I can go and lose, but I can learn something in the process, which makes me a winner overall because I'm learning something.
If I'm going to go learn something in the process, I'll just be the MC of that battle.
But then you don't get to tell your jokes to see what works or not.
No, I'm being fed to slaughter by Dave Chappelle's overshadowing of better jokes. You understand?
Don't believe in it. My
you don't get it.
My perspective is different.
We're not on that level.
If I get, it's like me getting beat in Madden. I need to get beat repeatedly to get better. And I have no better person to beat me in jokes than Dave Chappelle because I'm going to get better, which in turn is going to make me step my game up.
Me, I'm being embarrassed, and people will probably never hear from us again because we got embarrassed like that. Thanks a lot, Kenny. You've ruined the brand. Wonderful.
No, because I'm still funny. We're still funny on the show.
We're going to be known, all right. We're going to be known as the show that got their ass whooped by Dave Chappelle and nobody watches. Terrific.
Or we could be known as the guys that got whipped by Dave Chappelle and we want to see why they're still doing it and we'll get more views. And people actually like, you know what? I actually like them. It's always two ways. There's more than one way to skin. Can't rule out all possible outcomes. You don't know. As much as we like to be in control, life always throws surprises. It can start off like that, and then it catapult into something else. You don't know. You don't.
So I'm gonna add any success that I make in my life, I'm doing clean. Okay. I'm not a man of clout. I fucking hate clout. I hate the concept as a whole now.
Then you don't want success because success brings clout.
Ooh, fuck that then.
You want this show to be great? People are gonna want clout. People are gonna want you. You're gonna get known for you being good. Do you want to be known for being good?
No, I don't want to be known for doing dumb shit. How is that too much to ask for? That's too much to fucking ask for? That's fucking crazy to me. Fucking insane.
Who's doing dumb stuff? Who's doing dumb stuff?
What?
Who's doing dumb stuff? We're not doing nothing dumb. We're very intelligent.
Challenging Dave Chappelle. That's not dumb to you?
What?
Challenging Dave Chappelle to a versus? That's not dumb stuff to you?
No, that's not dumb. That's fun. I'm having fun. I'm not taking it as a challenge. Most verses don't even declare a winner or a loser. People just come to have fun. Nobody keeps score for real. And if they do, they're the only ones. People just, at the end of the verses, you know what happened? I had a very good time at the verses.
Meanwhile, I'm shitting my pants because all the laughing on our behalf was not with us, it was at us.
I don't care what people think. I don't. If I'm having fun and I know I'm doing it in good intentions and pureness of heart, I'm not worried about what people think about me. That's the first way to kill yourself. As a person who really does not care what people think, you are the embodiment of not caring what people think about you. If I learn anything from you, it's to not worry about what people think about you.
Is that a fact? Sure.
That's a big fact. As a matter of fact, I don't think I know somebody who is adamant about not what people care about them than you.
You bring about a good point. However, I believe the point of this show was to monetize off of it, Kenny. And we're not going to monetize that way. So, no. All right. I'm not going to go out and embarrass myself just to have a crowd following. I don't need to do that.
Ooh.
That's beneath me.
Ooh. Imagine if other comedians like that had that same mindset when they went on stage, got embarrassed, and never got up again. Imagine if that happened to Chappelle and he got embarrassed and never came back again. He wouldn't have the genius that is Chappelle.
Well, goddamn, this may not be cut out for me because I am literally a major embarrassment away from doing something that may be detrimental to my life. That's just period. I'm going to snap one day.
The greatest teacher failure is
like nobody understands that because they don't take it seriously. Because for some odd reason, no one takes me seriously. One of these days, I'm going to snap, and I know it. I don't
take you seriously. That's why I'm telling you, stop thinking like that. Embarrassment only lives in your mind, bro. If you don't let people control what embarrasses you, you're good. That's like me saying for all these years, you know what I'm saying? The Eagles been trash, and I've been getting ridiculed for not winning one. I wasn't embarrassed about it. I was like, yeah, I know we trash, but so what? And when they finally won, I had my time. You know what I'm saying?
Kenny, you do understand why I'm not a Falcons fan anymore, right?
Yeah,
but don't say it with embarrassment. Why? Because I have lived a life of one. I don't want to be embarrassed anymore. I want to be something.
And the time is going to come for that. But if you worry about being embarrassed on the way, you won't get to that. That is my point.
So fucking kill me then. All right.
No, I'm not going to do that because I love my best friend. No, why would I do that?
I refuse to. That's where I'm at. It's not wanting to. It's an absolute refusal. Like, I'll go to war with the universe if I have to. I really will. I've had it. I have. Nothing makes sense anymore, and I'm just fighting against it. That's where I'm at.
It's not supposed to make sense.
No,
life is not supposed to make sense. We're going off tangent now. We're coming to the end. We're going off tangent.
I just don't want to. I can't do this anymore.
We're coming off tangent.
I need to know things. I just gotta. I need to have a knowledge of things and where things are going, so I can at least feel better about where I'm at right now. Because nothing, and I mean nothing, Kenny, is making me feel better about where I'm at right now. I fucking hate the journey. I want to be there already. All right, that's just
the only way you get there, going to be there, is to go on the journey. If you want to go to the kitchen, what do you have to do?
That's fine, but liking it is not a choice. So there's that.
If life is not a choice, and if
my life in order for you to convince me otherwise,
if life is not a choice, why do you think you can choose to go past the embarrassment and not deal with it? If life is not a choice, why do you feel like you can choose not to be embarrassed and think you're going to get somewhere? Nothing comes without failure.
I'm not successful yet, so
Exactly.
I'm saying what the business is. You know what I'm saying?
You got to keep going. If you fail one time and stop, and fail 3 times and stop, you'll never know. Think of a new way to get to where you're trying to get to.
You counting single digit numbers, and it's like, no,
Sir. You can, sir. Sir,
No.
don't talk to me about failure, sir. I ain't famous either. I ain't successful either. I'm in the same position as you. In fact, I'm worse. At least you have your own transportation. I don't have anything. Okay, I'm still on a bus.
It's deeper
You
than
got
that.
more success than me.
It gets much deeper than that.
You got more success than me.
Trust me, I wouldn't wish this car upon you. I wouldn't wish a over amount car note upon you. I really would. You know what I'm saying? I personally wish we could transport. Teleport. That's
I'd much rather be able to pay for a way to make an income than to not have any. I don't have any. Not a single one.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there. Grass is always greener on the other side.
Correct. That's what I was. We've arrived at the destination. And you know how we got to the destination, Carlos?
So
We've arrived at the destination. And you know how we got to the destination? We took a journey. I know you don't like it. But it's true. Now smile, damn it.
I no longer have this show going past 160. Like,
you don't believe this.
I'm still over this.
You don't mean this.
Oh, shit. Continuing on. That being said, he does a show for Mikey Whipwreck. It stinks up the place. Go figure. Goes to the bar, laughs. A guy comes up and gives Kanyon appreciation because he's gay, which I thought was a dope moment. Back in the hotel room, he and Van Horn get into it again, and Kanyon just stops him, gives him a big hug, and they spent the entire drive to the airport, taking Van Horn to the airport, reminiscing about the old days. Van Horn said that he got on that plane and cried the entire plane ride home. When he got home, his wife asked him what's wrong. And he says, I think he's really going to do it this time. And even that week, DDP knew when he saw him that he wasn't going to be here long. That was going to be the last time he saw him.
Dog, I love DDP so much, man.
Oh, DDP is just...
He is the perfect example. He is a perfect example of what it means to be a genuine human being.
Exactly. Like, DDP is probably the most genuine person in wrestling. Period. Motherfuckers want to say John Cena is like, nah, that's a lie. Like, DDP has been a real one to his peers, bro.
DDP had his run, knew when his run was over, and took care of the people he loved.
But even when DDP's run was over as a wrestler, like,
he was saying,
exactly. So it's like, yo, there's not a bad thing you can say about DDP at all.
See Scott Hall and Jake the Snake Roberts.
Exactly. That's also all I was about to say. That being said, Kanyon overdosed on antidepressants. As I say, man. So my last note on it, I guess you could say, in which I'll tie into whatever this is. We've been going, Kenny and I have been going back and forth on this whole success journey or whatever. He's very optimistic about it. I hate you all, and I feel the need to cater to you all in order to become famous. That's my bit. So that being said, I want to throw out the number 800-273-8255. You know what that number is. Logic made a song about it. However, if you don't, that is the suicide prevention hotline. If you or a loved one or somebody that you just really give a shit about in general They're showing the symptoms of, hey, I'm not going to be here for long for one reason or another. Have them call that. Talk them out of it. Do whatever you can. My thing is, I'm just miserable as hell. I don't have it in me.
And also on the other side of that note, don't feel like it's your fault if it doesn't end up successful. Because a lot of things, there's no greater trauma than going out there with pure intentions, trying to save somebody, and you can't convince anyone of anything. All you can do is show genuine love to the people that you love and hope that they can receive the love that you're trying to give them. Because so much time, love gets mistaken for poison. And I want people to know that even if it may not be necessarily what you're trying to hear right now, even if you don't understand what the person's trying to tell you, understand that their intention is because they love you. You know what I mean? And if you understand that, that alone gives you purpose. Because to say somebody is doing all they can to help me, why is that? The only logical explanation is because they love me. Especially if they're not trying to get anything out of me, trying to use you for like any profit gain or anything like that. Just be willing to receive love and be willing to give love, genuine love, not the love that's paper that if they do something for me, then I love them. If they don't do something for me, then I don't love them anymore. Because that's not what love is.
All right. I don't know. Me, it's like, you really love me. Don't fucking worry about me so goddamn much. I'm gonna figure shit out. Like, one thing about Carlos fucking Crawford, he figures it the fuck out. He's going to complain and bitch the entire time, but he's also going to figure it the fuck out. And I need everybody to understand that, get on the same page with me, leave me the fuck alone about it. Because I'm going to figure it the fuck out. Understand?
With you just gotta, while you complaining, you just gotta have conversation with you. And as you learn, you'll figure it out. That's just like for both of us. Like conversation helps us figure stuff out. That's why this podcast is so great.
Yeah, pretty much.
So watch it, you fools.
Yeah, you stupid bitches. So we said enough heartfelt, sentimental stuff in the last, like, well, at this point, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Your final thoughts for the evening, just go straight to the finishers here.
I believe so. With that being said, my name is Kenneth Whitaker, aka Hendrik Solo, the original owner of Millennial Falcon. No one flies this shit better than me because I run the galaxy.
What the fuck? Oh. $23 skidoo, 24, 25.
AKA Dagobah's very own, new AKA, as you see it on the screen as I use it every day. Ooh, no bars, no bars. Pro bars. I just wanted to do that. I felt goofy. AKA the last Black Jedi. Do or do not, there is no try. Now you can hit the sound effect.
Oh, right. I gotta refamiliarize myself with this soundboard. That's
AKA Mr. Go Slick Vodka. She's been, where are you? She's been asking about you, talking about you all day. Was she saying good things, nice things? No, she was saying, I would totally blow him tonight. What? She likes you. She wants to suck on your penis. That's a good thing. It's a really great thing. Drop off the road, I'll get it later. AKA the very sexual, the very toy.
very toy dash.
Austin Powers, Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
That is Faja. Cause that's the way, I like it. Kiss in the sunshine band. AKA not your man, I'm a savage. Oh yeah. See, the one thing you always gotta remember, me, Gene, is that it doesn't matter what people say about you. Yeah. Because the one thing the Nacho Man knows is that a thought doesn't always know her place, Gene. She likes to try to give orders and try to tell the Nacho Man what to do. And if you know the Nacho Man, Gene, no one tells the Nacho Man what to do. Yeah, but what I will do is when I go to the kitchen, open me up a big bag of Doritos, find me some of that cheese salsa, throw it in on top, elbow drop the thought, make her have a cheese spot. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, live from his kitchen making lunch. Back to you, Gorilla.
Who ate all the cheese? Yeah. Kind of taken away from the nostalgia of the chips and Doritos, all the cheese gone. You know, think about that. Next time you go in there, want to say some nachos and the cheese. Lamar L. Jackson. The season is here. Look at me run an auction. Yes, he kicked the 66-yarder, and I hope they burn in hell. And I tossed it. Well,
I guess to bring it on home. My name is Carlos Crawford, aka wearing a sneeze guard to avoid Sergeant Slaughter. Wow. Wearing a sneeze guard to avoid Sergeant Slaughter spitting in my face when he yells at me and Kenny for wilding the fuck out. It's Chin Music Charlie. Also, this week we're dropping a AKA.
Yeah, we're dropping an AKA. I got in trouble for making a joke about it, so we're dropping that.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You know which one it is if I scolded Kenny for it. That's where we're at with them. So got to go. Ric Flair's got to go. So the thick Flair did. That being said,
I want to say before you get into that, I want to say it feels good to have one that you have to get rid of now.
Okay. I was willing to get rid of mine though. Like you're reluctant.
Vince's voice is just funny.
Hey, oh, Stone Cold. What?
What?
You want to fight the guns about what Triple H is going to do to me?
What?
Over the top rope?
What?
29 people?
What?
You want to kick Deborah's ass?
What?
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 Lion dog. What?
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 Yeah, I am going to enjoy annoying the fuck out of everyone with that. AKA Snack Miller. No need for sleeping, Chiba got me dreaming I'm faded. Been in Cali a little too long. It got me jaded. Hit Japan and now Instagram and camera shy samurais. Fucking up a germ beat. Teach you how to vandalize. AK. Wait a minute.
What?
There it is. That's right. That's better.
What?
AKA. Now, coming up the bat, Ken Spliffy Jr. Spliffy on a bit of a cold streak while since switching to papers. It seems he wants to show an all-around game, but he's best with blunts.
A lot of fumes on that bat.
Yeah, it's just absolute waste there, buddy. AKA the Idiom Savant. Hey, WWE got to get their act together before we start designating who these promotions really cater to. And WWE really looking like the Sunday morning cartoon right now. Sunday morning cartoon. Sunday morning cartoon. That's what WWE is looking like right now.
Get together.
All right, bring it on home. AKA Haystack West. Well, Del Pronto Saloon. Well, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. No! Berto dice que no! Friends for life, we said, and you two both turned on me. Pensé que éramos amigos. Berto, amigo de la señorita Marisol. Claro, si fuéramos amigos, me dirías dónde está esa mierda tremendo para que puedo ponerlo en forma. ¡Nos debe! You know, Berto, ¿te gustaría un tequila? A Berto le gusta el tequila. Seguro que lo hace. Camarero, tequila. El más barato que tienes es oscuro. You guys all right, man? Imagine taking people in and raising them, and then they stab you in the back. And these are unlovable people, and I made them stars. But oh, no, family is not enough. Damn, you have to go solo. My miniature magician has stabbed me in the back and ran off with the money. Click, click. Ah, mierda. Berto, deja era buen hombre. A little hub, guys. Berto, no deberías verme de todos modos. And ahora, I'm a girl and he's a giant. You guys are in.
Hey, buddy. That's the guy with the drinks.
He doesn't know any English. Deja here, Chico. Deja here. Tequila! Where's my gun cock? I wouldn't dare do that if I were. Right, no normal brain. Moose, get him!
What? Get him? What do you mean?
All right, mister, you want to handle this like gentlemen, so be it. Berto duele, basta! Tu basta! You're really beating on a slow person? You should be ashamed of yourselves. You tagged us in! Oh, ven aquí, Marisol. Le te tiene. Lo siento. Me diste dolor. Bianca. Él siente haber peleado. ¿Tú me entiendes ajada de ese tequila? A Berto le gusta tequila. Ni se crea en pieces de nuevo. You should keep that thing in the cage. You should think about who you're serving. Give me a beer, will you? Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 156. If you watched the episode, you saw my rant earlier. I don't have it in me. If you're gonna like it, you're gonna like it. If you're gonna subscribe to it, you're gonna subscribe to it. I do it as an outlet at this point.
But while you're making the decision, we're just gonna focus on being great at what we do, which is be smart and funny. And devilishly good looking, even with our hairlines. Oh, look at that.
Correction, with your hairline gone.
Oh, don't laugh, sir. Yours is making a peek away. It's running away a second here. I don't know. I see it going like this. Oh, never mind. I see it now.
My hairline's fine. I love my hair.
I love mine too.
Or lack thereof. I actually have hair and I love it. All right. I can grow this.
I have hair. You see this hair? This is hair. Hair. Not here, but here.
Yeah. That's where I got the advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever. We off this.